Good morning, students. Myself Subodh Kumar. Today I am going to conduct the class of Standard 7, subject Geography, and chapter is Environment, chapter 1, Environment. We will discuss about the environment, its factor and how it affects our lives. The word is very much common to us. Generally, we are listening this word continuously, that is the environment. People keep on saying that environment of that place is very good. Environment of that place is not so good. Particular area is good, has a good environment for study. It means these things are being told in our society. But you people, students, what do you mean by the environment? Before I do a start, I want to give you few examples related to how it is affecting our lives. Suppose that we are drawing the diagram of this India. Do you feel we know that as we move from east to west, rainfall decreases. When the rainfall decreases, it also changes the crop patterns, type of crop that is growing. And when the types of crops are being changed, we find our food habit also changed. If we take the example of West Bengal, Bangladesh I am not talking about because nowadays, means after 1947, after the partition of the country, Bangladesh has become a separate country. But if we talk about the West Bengal, this part, soil is very fertile, mostly clay soil is there, and rainfall is sufficient. Since the rainfall is sufficient, soil is fertile, so the paddy is grown on the large scale. Means only those crops which requires more water, that crops are grown. It means food habit of the people residing in that area is mainly rice. They are mainly eating the rice. If we take the example of this coastal area, very fertile. These all are the deltic region. Due to deltic regions, fertile soil is there, rainfall is there, temperature is there. So these peoples are, main food of these peoples are rice. We say South India. If you go to South India, you may easily get the rice, but weight is scarce. If you go to our state, Punjab, Haryana, Western UP, their rainfall is less. Since the rainfall is less, so those crops which requires less rainfall are grown in plenty. Wheat is grown in plenty. Then if you go to even the western part, their crops have changed, and due to changing in crops, food habit has also changed. In Bihar, West Bengal, Bihar and UP areas, we use generally the mustard oil. If you go to the Gujarat, these regions, the peoples are using the groundnut oil. Why the groundnut oil? Because groundnut is available or produced in the large scale. If you go to the coastal areas, hot and humid climate is there. Due to hot and humid climates, these peoples use the coconut oil. It means environment affecting our food habit. In the same way, environment also affect our dressing styles. The place where it is cold, the place where it is warm, the place where it is wet and warm, both are there. It's all affect. Just you can identify by seeing the peoples by their dress styles which state one might belong to. You can easily say these peoples belong to the South Indians because dress style shows that peoples are South Indians. And why so? Because according to the environment, later on we will use the word climate, the peoples have the different food habit, the peoples have the different clothing, dress. At the same time, our construction of houses also changes. If we go to the hilly regions where ice fall is maximum, the roofs are slanting, more slanting. Roofs are more slanting, so that ice cannot accumulate, and when it accumulates, it slips down and do not put any pressure on the roof. But if the rainfall is normal, as in our regions, the roof is flat. Accordingly, we make it. It means environment affect our food habit, environment affect our clothing, environment affect our construction of house. In the desert area, if you see, you will find that the walls are made up of thick and thick soil and thick one. Because soil wall is what it acts as an insulator. If you go to the South Indian coastal regions, the houses are made in such a way that their windows are facing the seaside, because the temperature is maintained due to the land breeze and the sea breeze. Just start thinking where, if we visit to another place, how these things are being changed. Now we will discuss about the component of the environment, how these environments are being affected. Different components. If we talk about, we classify the environment, it has the basically natural environment, human made, and human. It means in broad categories we can categorize or classify the environment into three basic groups, or we can say the component of environments are natural environment, human made, and human. Natural environment, as the name suggests, anything that we get from the nature. Whatever do we get from the nature, it is called natural environment. Water is there, soil is there, air is there, temperature is there, rainfall is there. All these things are coming under the natural environment that we get from the nature. Then it is coming the human made, human whatever is made by the humans. The peoples have made the buildings, peoples have made the road, peoples have made the hospitals, peoples have made the bridges. Then technologically we have made the fan, we have made the AC. All these things that we have made, it comes the human made environment. Why we are talking about if the AC has been installed, the environment of that is cool effect. It gives a cool effect when we enter in the area, in the room where AC has been installed. It means for timing we have changed the environment of that place and human himself. Generally we say वहाँ का सोसाइटी अच्छा नहीं है. Why do we say वहाँ का सोसाइटी अच्छा नहीं है? It means we are talking the environment. It means anything that surrounds us, immediate our surrounding, comes and referred as the environment. Our immediate surrounding may be natural, human-made and human, all combined together makes us our environment. Now we will discuss separately about the natural environment, then human-made environment, and then the human environment. First, let us talk about our natural environment. It has two parts. Natural environment has two parts, two groups. One is biotic. Biotic suggests with life. Anything that is naturally obtained to us which has life are considered under the biotic environment, and biotic environment is a part of natural environment. Life may be in two groups. What are two groups? It is in plant and animal. Plant and animals. It means what are the two categories of biotic environment? The two categories of biotic environment is plant and animal. Means these two things has the life, and this life affects us. What type of plants means what type of grown? It simply depends on its environment. Actually we say the climate, the environment that we have discussed earlier. Some parts has a plenty of coconut, some parts of India has a plenty of groundnut, some parts are producing the soybean, if you see the area of Madhya Pradesh, and some parts are producing the mustard oil. Mustard, it means our food habit is changing. The plants also affect. In the same way, animals also affect. There are two natural environment has two parts. First part is biotic environment, and biotic environment are those environment which has the life, and it can be classified into two groups. One is plant, another one is animal. It means it has been classified into two groups, plants and animals. Then another part is abiotic. It is without life. All these things that are obtained naturally, but it has no life, but it affects our life. So it comes under the abiotic environment. Means biotic and abiotic both are the part of natural environment. Means we are getting it natural. What biotic environment consists of? Biotic environment can be further classified as the lithosphere. Biotic environment has the part it is called lithosphere. The upper solid layer of the earth. Upper solid layer of the earth, which is made up of rocks and minerals. Lithosphere, solid upper part, and what is made up of? It is made up of rocks and minerals. The upper abiotic, I am talking about abiotic environment. Abiotic environment, the first part we will discuss, it is the lithosphere, land part. It is solid upper crust. It is made up of rocks and minerals. इस पर हम लोग रह रहे हैं, रिसाइट कर रहे हैं. Soil is the part. Soil is made up of rocks. Soil is the part which support agriculture. Soil, which is the part of lithosphere, it support agriculture, and since agriculture is being supported, agriculture, it means it provides the food. It also provides the shelter and food to many animals. It means it affects our life. You might have read in science classes different types of animals are there. Some are living on the land, some on water, that we will talk after this one. Some are arboreal animals which lives on the plants. They use the fruits and leaves of the plants. It means where plant grows, plant can grow only if it has soil, and where the soil is on the lithosphere. It means lithosphere is the part of natural environment. And which natural environment? Abiotic. So what type of component lithosphere is there? Lithosphere is natural abiotic environment. If anybody asks you what is lithosphere, what type of component it is a natural and natural is a part of abiotic, natural abiotic parts, natural abiotic environment. Then another component of abiotic environment is hydrosphere. One is lithosphere that you have got it, another one is hydrosphere. Domains of water. These domains of water comes into the hydrosphere. This can be further grouped into fresh water and the salt water. It can be grouped into the fresh water and salt water or saline water. What comes into the fresh water? River, lakes, but not all the lakes. River, lakes, well, underground water. It comes as the source of fresh water. It comes from fresh water and saline water. Fresh water, source of fresh water. What is the source of fresh water? A river is there. Rain is also a source of fresh water. Then surface water. Other than the river, the surface water comes the ponds and the lakes. Well is there. Then we have the underground water. These all are the source of fresh water. And it is saline water. Means ocean and seas, including few lakes are also. Ocean and seas are the source of saline water. So we have got the fresh water, we have got the saline water. It means two parts we have got of abiotic. One is lithosphere, one is hydrosphere. Third part can be said it is atmosphere. Lithosphere we have discussed. Hydrosphere we have got it. Atmosphere, it is the blanket of air around the earth. Blanket of air or inhaler of air around the earth is called atmosphere. Now, it means we can say it is a blanket of air around the earth or inhaler of air around the earth. It is called atmosphere. You might have been knowing what are the components of atmosphere which affect our life. We will discuss in the geography, the chapter air, but just see nitrogen. N2 stands for nitrogen chemistry. People might have been knowing it. Stands 78%. What is the use of nitrogen? We people are not using nitrogen directly that is available in the atmosphere. Nitrogen, this nitrogen is also not used by the plant directly, it is used indirectly. Plants uses atmospheric nitrogen indirectly for the synthesis of protein. We people discuss about the protein is necessary for the growing children. So nitrogen is 78%. Plants uses this atmospheric nitrogen indirectly, and from plants we use it in the form of protein. It means it has importance. Then we have oxygen. It consists of 21%. Nitrogen 78%, oxygen 21%. It also has effect because we know we inhale air, but in our body only oxygen is used. Don't say हम सांस लेते हैं तो ऑक्सीजन लेते हैं, छोड़ते हैं तो कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड छोड़ते हैं. हम एयर लेते हैं, हम एयर छोड़ते हैं. Their compositions differs, a little bit differs. And we have carbon dioxide. It is 0.03%. Carbon dioxide is 0.03%. Then argon plus other gases, it constitutes 0.97%. These are the components of atmosphere. Nitrogen 78%, oxygen 21%, carbon dioxide 0.03%, argon and other gases it is 0.97%. We will discuss how these gases are very important for us, how does it affect us or its role. So three components we have got it. So of aquatic environment, lithosphere we have got, hydrosphere we have got, atmosphere we have got. Another word that comes, it is your biosphere. Narrow zone where lithosphere, hydrosphere and atmosphere needs to sustain life. It is a narrow zone where lithosphere, hydrosphere and atmosphere meets to sustain life, means to support life. It is biosphere. It means we are the part of biosphere. If animals or plants can survive only in the biosphere. If soil is there, no water, no air, plant cannot grow. Can you think amazing that you can survive without the air? Can you survive without the water? Can you survive without the food? The lithosphere provides the food. Hydrosphere provides us the water and atmosphere provides us the air. It means the biosphere is the narrow zone where lithosphere, hydrosphere and atmosphere meets to sustain life. It means we have discussed about the natural environment. Natural environment had two parts, biotic and abiotic. Biotic consists of plants and animals with life. Abiotic components consist of lithosphere, hydrosphere and atmosphere. Further we have discussed what is the biosphere, where these three zones of the abiotic environment meets. It is a narrow zone where three things meets. It is called biosphere. It means on Earth we have the biosphere. If we go even the higher in the atmosphere, there things are not available. It is not the biosphere. It means plants and animals cannot survive in the space or in the higher in the airs. Yes, one animals, birds goes flight, but for food they have to come, for water they have to come onto the ground. That's why it is a narrow zone where lithosphere, hydrosphere and atmosphere meets which sustain life. Another one is human meat. What comes into the human meat? What things the human has made? Humans have made the bridge, buildings, road, hospitals, industries, and if we keep on writing, it will go on. So these things make our life easy. Accordingly, we make it. It is a bridge, buildings, road, hospital, industry, etc. All these things have been prepared by the human. It is a human-made environment. Earlier we discussed people make the housing according to the climate or environment of that place. And last is the human of the component. It is a human, and what the human comes, human stuff. You yourself is a part of environment. That means it may start from individual is there. Individual means single person. आप अकेले हैं. It means you are also the part of environment. You have the responsibility to maintain the environment. When individual increases, it comes the part of family. इंडिविजुअल से क्या बन गया? फैमिली. इंडिविजुअल से फैमिली. फैमिली से एक एरिया बन गया, लोकेलिटी. इट इज कॉल्ड कम्युनिटी. इंडिविजुअल्स, बेसिक, हाउ टू रिमेंबर इट. एक व्यक्ति है, व्यक्ति से बड़ा क्या हो गया? तो परिवार हो गया, फैमिली हो गया. फ्रॉम इंडिविजुअल्स वी आर कमिंग टू द फैमिली. एंड इफ many families are residing in area, it is called community or society. We say it community or society. We say community or society. When these people are living, what things they require? They require education. It means education also comes. They have got the educations. Then what they require? They require earning. It means come. It is economy. यह सर इंडिविजुअल से बड़ा होगा, क्या बनाएगा? फैमिली. Many family are living in area, that is community and or society. Since these people are living in area, what they require? Firstly, they require education. चाहिए education? Yes, हाँ, education भी हो गया उसमें. Then they require economy. कुछ तो चाहिए ना, आमदनी का जरिया तो कुछ चाहिए. ट्रेड, कॉमर्स, ऑल कम्स इन द इकोनॉमी. सब कुछ कर लिया, पैसा भी आ गया तो आदमी थोड़ा सा पूजा पाठ करने लगता है. Then comes religion. धर्म भी आ गया. अब इतना बड़ा लोग है, इतनी बड़ी सोसाइटी है, सो बिग सोसाइटी इज देयर, इट शुड बी हैंडल. इसको कहीं ना कहीं हैंडल करना है, तो हैंडल में क्या आ जाएगा? इसमें यू कैन से politics, political situations. It means politics. It we can say this political situations. Till now, I do hope you people might have got what are the components of environment. We have the natural environment, we have the human-made environment, we have the human environment. All these factors affect us about our life. Environment of a different place are different from each other because environment depends, it has a correlations with their immediate surrounding, with the living and non-living things. It is with living and non-living things when we talk about, it comes under the ecosystem. Environment, if we take in the broad categories, broad scenario, then we find the relation depending on the chemical and physical reaction with their surroundings. It means ecosystem differ because as the climate changes, biotic factor changes, abiotic factor changes, food crops changes, lifestyle changes, everything changes. Can you think that a fish that lives in the fresh water can survive in the saline water? And the fish that lives in the saline water is able to survive in the fresh water? Can we bring the yak to our regions? Deserts have the different ecosystem, their food habit, their living space, everything is different. In the same way, if we take the hydrosphere water bodies, it has the fresh water environment as well as the saline water environment. Both are the different ones. We have the land environment, forest himself is an environment. वहाँ का कल्चर अलग. फॉरेस्ट भी कई प्रकार का होता है. डेंस फॉरेस्ट, एवरग्रीन फॉरेस्ट, different types of animals, different types of plants are grown. Mostly arboreal animals are found over there. They have got the different depictions over there. किसी का बीक लंबा होगा, क्यों? क्योंकि जो सबसे लास्ट में फ्रूट्स है उसको खा लिया जाए, because it is a competition. So these all things comes the ecosystem. Fresh water अलग environment होगा, saline water का अलग environment होगा, desert का अलग environment होगा, land का अलग environment होगा, forest का अलग environment होगा. Man-made environment, we are making it aquarium. एक्वेरियम देखता होगा, ये आर्टिफिशियल है, हमने बनाया उसमें एयर प्रोवाइड किया, उसमें फूड प्रोवाइड किया, उसमें वार्मनेस के लिए टेम्परेचर प्रोवाइड किया. इट मीन्स इट इज ए मैन मेड इन्वायरमेंट. I do hope you people might have understood about the chapter environment, what is environment and what are the components of the environment, how does it affect our life. So go through this video very carefully and try to understand it by seeing each clips, using your own idea, using the text, you can enhance your information. I do hope. Now I say thank you because this chapter is finished. Bye.